Gilgamesh, who saw the springs, the land's foundations, who knew the paths, remembered each in turn. He explored every shrine, knew the sum of all knowledge. He saw the hidden, unveiled what was concealed. He returned with a report from before the flood. He came back from a distant journey, weary yet at peace. All his labors were inscribed on a tablet of stone. He built the wall of Uruk the sheepfold, and that of sacred Erna, the holy treasury. Behold its wall which gleams like polished copper. Gaze upon its parapet which none can equal. Ascend the stairway which is from of old, and approach Erna, the dwelling of Ishtar, which no future king can equal, nor any man. Climb upon the wall of Uruk and walk around. Inspect its base, examine the brickwork. Is not its brickwork of baked clay? And did not the 7 sages lay its foundations? 1 square mile is city, 1 square mile palm groves, 1 square mile clay pits, half a square mile the temple of Ishtar. 3.5 square miles is the measure of Uruk. Open the box of cedar, undo its lock of bronze, throw wide the door of its secret. Take up the lapis lazuli tablet and read of all that Gilgamesh went through, of all his travails. He was greater than all other kings, lordly in stature, heroic scion of the city Uruk, a goring wild bull. When he marched at the fore, he was the leader. When he marched at the rear, he was the trust of his brothers. A mighty bank, defender of his soldiers, a furious flood wave that destroys a stone wall. Wild bull of Lugalbanda, Gilgamesh was perfect in strength. Suckling of the august cow, the oryx, the goddess Ninsumuna. Gilgamesh was tall, perfect and fearsome. It was he who opened passes in the mountains, who dug wells upon the hillside, who crossed the ocean, the vast sea, to where the sun rises, who explored the world's regions ever searching for life, who reached by his strength Uttanapishti, the faraway, who restored the shrines that the flood had destroyed, and established the rituals for the teeming folk. Who can compare with him in kingship, and declare like Gilgamesh, I am king? From the day of his birth, Gilgamesh was his name. 2/3 of him was divine, 1/3 mortal. The mother goddess fashioned the shape of his body. Divine Nudimud brought his form to perfection. Splendid was his figure, splendid was his countenance. He was tall of stature, 11 cubits was his height. 2 cubits was the breadth of his hips. 3 cubits was his foot. 6 cubits was his leg. 6 cubits was the breadth of his chest. 3 cubits long the beard on his cheeks. His cheeks were bearded, gleaming like lapis lazuli. The locks of his hair sprouted like grain. When he grew up, he was perfect in beauty. For a mortal, he was exceedingly handsome. In the sheepfold of Uruk, he roams about. Like a wild bull, he is overbearing, his head held high. He has no equal when his weapon is raised. The ball game stirs unrest among his friends. The men of Uruk tremble at his tyranny. Gilgamesh doesn't leave the son to his father. Day and night he oppresses them fiercely. Gilgamesh, the king of numerous folk. He who is shepherd of Uruk the sheepfold. Gilgamesh does not leave the daughter to her mother. He is their shepherd, they are his cows. Their cries ascended to the gods in the heavens. Mighty, renowned, wise in all matters, Gilgamesh does not leave the young woman to her husband, the warrior's daughter, the young man's spouse. Their cries the goddesses kept hearing. The gods in the heavens, those who render judgment, called out to their father Anu, "Did you not create this fierce wild bull in Uruk the sheepfold? He has no equal when his weapon is raised." The bull came stirs unrest among his friends. The men of Uruk tremble at his tyranny. Gilgamesh does not leave the son to his father. Day and night he oppresses them fiercely. He who is shepherd of Uruk the sheepfold, Gilgamesh, the king of numerous folk. He is their shepherd, they are his cows, mighty, renowned, wise in all matters. Gilgamesh does not leave the young woman to her husband, the warrior's daughter, the young man's spouse. Their cries Anu kept hearing. The gods called out to the great goddess Aruru. "It was you, Aruru, who created the human race. Now, create what Anu has devised. Let him be equal to the storm of his heart. Let them contend that Uruk may have peace." When Aruru heard this, she created in her heart what Anu has devised. Aruru washed her hands. She pinched off a piece of clay and cast it on the steppe. On the steppe she created Enkidu, the warrior, an offspring of silence, nurtured by Ninurta. His whole body was shaggy with hair. His tresses flowed like that of a woman. The locks of his hair sprouted like grain. He knew neither people nor land. He was clad like Shamkhat, the cattle god. With the gazelles he grazed on grasses. With the beast he jostled at the watering place. With the animals he delighted in water. A hunter, a trapping man, met him at the watering place. One day, a second, and the third he met him at the watering place. When the hunter saw him, his face grew still. Enkidu with his beasts returned home. The hunter was frightened, dumbstruck, and silent. His heart was troubled, his brow overcast. There was sorrow in his belly. His visage resembled that of one who has travelled far. The hunter opened his mouth to speak, saying to his father, "My father, there is a man who has come to us. In the land he is mighty in strength. His strength is as mighty as if he were created by Anu. He roams constantly over the hills. Constantly do I see him with the beasts. Constantly are his feet set at the watering place. I am so afraid that I dare not approach him. He has filled in the pits that I had dug. He has torn out the traps that I had laid. He has made slip from my grasp the beasts, the animals of the steppe. He does not permit me to work in the steppe." His father opened his mouth to speak, saying to the hunter, "My son, there dwells Gilgamesh in Uruk. No one in the land is stronger than he. His strength is as mighty as if he were created by Anu. Take the road, set your face toward Uruk. Tell Gilgamesh of this man's strength. He will give you the harlot Shamhat. Take her with you. She will conquer him as if she were mighty. When the beasts come to the watering place, let her strip off her clothes and reveal her beauty. When he sees her, he will approach her, and his beasts, on whose steppe he grew up, will spurn him." He heeded his father's counsel. The hunter went to Gilgamesh. He took the road and set his face toward Uruk. To King Gilgamesh he repeated the tidings. "There is a man who has come to us. In the land he is mighty in strength. His strength is as mighty as if he were created by Anu. He roams constantly over the hills. Constantly do I see him with the beasts. Constantly are his feet set at the watering place. I am so afraid that I dare not approach him. He has filled in the pits that I had dug. He has torn out the traps that I had laid. He has made slip from my grasp the beasts, the animals of the steppe. He does not permit me to work in the steppe. Gilgamesh says to him, to the hunter, "Go, my hunter, take with you the harlot Shamkhat. When the beasts come to the watering place, let her strip off her clothes and reveal her beauty. When he sees her, he will approach her, and his beasts, on whose steppe he grew up, will spurn him." The hunter went forth and took with him the harlot Shamkhat. They took the road, went straight forward. On the third day they arrived at the appointed place. The hunter and the harlot took their seats. One day and a second they sat by the watering place. The beasts arrived and drank at the watering place. The animals arrived and delighted in water, and he, Enkidu, born in the hills. With the gazelles he grazed on grasses. With the beasts he jostled at the watering place. With the animals he delighted in water. Then Shamhat saw him, the savage man, the fierce one from the midst of the steppe. "There he is, Shamhat. Bare your breasts, expose your sex that he may take in your beauty. Be not shy, welcome his ardor. When he sees you, he will approach you. Spread your clothes that he may lie upon you, and perform for this savage the task of a woman. His beasts, on whose steppe he grew up, will spurn him, as his desire will embrace you." Shamhat bared her bosom, exposed her sex, and he took in her beauty. She was not shy, but welcomed his ardor. She spread her clothes, and he lay upon her. She performed for the savage the task of a woman, and his desire embraced her. For 6 days and 7 nights Enkidu was aroused and coupled with Shamkhat. When he was sated with her delights, he turned his face towards his beasts. The gazelles saw Enkidu and ran away. The beasts of the steppe fled from his presence. Enkidu defiled his pure body. His knees that longed to raise for his beasts stood still. Enkidu grew weak. His swiftness was not as before. Yet now he had reason and broad understanding. He returned and sat at the feet of the harlot. He gazed into the face of the harlot, and his ears heard what the harlot was saying. The harlot says to him, to Enkidu, "You are handsome, Enkidu. You are like a god. Why do you roam with the animals over the steppe? Come, let me lead you to Uruk the sheepfold, to the holy temple, the dwelling of Anu and Ishtar, where Gilgamesh is perfect in strength, and like a wild bull lords it over the young men." She spoke to him, and her words found favor. His wise heart yearned for a friend, and Enkidu says to her, to the harlot, "Come, Shamkhat, invite me forth to the holy temple, the sacred dwelling of Anu and Ishtar, where Gilgamesh is perfect in strength, and like a wild bull lords it over the young men. I will challenge him and overcome him by strength. In Uruk I will boast I am the strongest. The strong one will change the destined order, for he who is born in the steppe is mighty in strength. Come, let him see your face. That there is strength in you I myself know well. Come, Enkidu, to Uruk the sheepfold, where young men are girt with sashes. Each day in Uruk there is celebration, where the drums are constantly beaten. Here the maidens are comely of figure, rich in charms and full of delights. Even nobles are driven from their beds at night. O Enkidu, you who know nothing of life, let me show you Gilgamesh, the joyful man. Behold him, gaze upon his face. He is beautiful in manhood, full of vigor. His whole body is rich in charms. He has mightier strength than you. He does not rest by day or by night. O Enkidu, change your wrongful intention. It is Gilgamesh whom Shamash loves. Anu, Enlil, and Ea have broadened his wisdom. Even before you came from the hills, Gilgamesh in Uruk had dreams about you. Gilgamesh arose to reveal his dream, saying to his mother, "O mother, this is the dream that I saw in the night. There appeared before me the stars in the heavens. A creature of Anu fell down beside me. I attempted to lift it, yet it was too heavy. I tried to roll it, but could not move it. The land of Uruk stood around it. The land was gathered about it. The people crowded over it. The men thronged around it. They were kissing its feet as if it were a babe. I loved it like a wife and embraced it. I lifted it and placed it at your feet, and you made it my equal." The mother of Gilgamesh, clever and wise, versed in all knowledge, says to her son, Ninsumuna, the wild cow, clever and wise, versed in all knowledge, says to Gilgamesh, "There appeared before you the stars in the heavens. A creature of Anu fell down beside you. You attempted to lift it, yet it was too heavy. You tried to roll it, but could not move it. Then you lifted it and placed it at my feet, and I made it your equal. You loved it like a wife and embraced it. A mighty comrade who saves a friend will come to you. In the land he is mighty in strength. His strength is as mighty as if he were created by Anu. You will love him like a wife and embrace him. This mighty friend will often save you." He had a second dream. He arose and entered before the goddess, his mother. Gilgamesh says to her, to his mother, "Once more, O mother, I have seen another dream. In a street of Uruk the thoroughfare, there lay an axe, and the folk had gathered around it. The land of Uruk stood around it. The land was gathered about it. The people crowded over it. The men thronged around it. I lifted it and placed it at your feet. I loved it like a wife and embraced it, and you made it my equal." The mother of Gilgamesh, clever and wise, versed in all knowledge, says to her son, Ninsumuna, the wild cow, clever and wise, versed in all knowledge, says to Gilgamesh, "My son, the axe that you saw is a man. You will love him like a wife and embrace him, and I will make him your equal. A mighty comrade who saves a friend will come to you. In the land he is mighty in strength. His strength is as mighty as if he were created by Anu." Gilgamesh says to her, to his mother, "O mother, let it befall me by the command of Enlil, the counselor. Let me acquire a friend, a counselor. A friend, a counselor, let me acquire." Thus Gilgamesh saw his dreams, and Shamkhat related the dreams of Gilgamesh to Enkidu. The two of them made love together.